Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2.2 SE four-wheel drive car. This car's covered just 52,000 miles and comes with a wonderful service history attached to it. I think in total 10 services have been done on this car. It's just about to go through an MOT as well. Front of the car really clean, lights and lenses are clear, there's no cracks or condensation in them. Bumper very clean, likewise bonnet. A 10-year-old car, remarkably clean. Possibility of a microscopic stone chip on there. Near side, beautifully smooth in the panels. No obvious indentations there. A very sort of crisp looking car, really is. Back, bumper corners generally good. Just a couple of sort of minor little stone chips done over the years, or touch-ins if you like. And on to the offside, driver's side of the car, again beautifully smooth in the panels, no glaring sort of car parking dinks at all on it. It really is, for a car that's 10 years old, it's exceptionally good condition. So not to say there isn't the odd light mark, of course there is, but that is far better than most you'd see on that age. Let's come into the boot area. Absolutely cavernous boots, they really are, and it's been kept generally well with only sort of minor amounts of wear for the age and mileage of the car. Let's come into the back now. It's enormous amounts of rear leg room. My camera has a habit of making the seats look slightly purpley. They're not, they are black, trust me, it's just the way the camera works. It's really rather bizarre. It's been kept really nicely back here. Coming the front and the passenger side, again, all nice and clean and tidy. Passenger seat, again, lovely condition and not purpley. Finally coming on the driver's door card, again, nice and clean. Footwell areas likewise. And driver's seat, again, in super condition. So inside the car now, as always, the engine's running for this section, so the dash can be seen illuminated. And the dash is in beautiful condition, it really is. Just gonna pop the car into reverse. You got that lovely clear parking camera, all working exactly as intended. Dual zone climate control system, so it's been kept very nicely. Then across to the main dash binnacle, hopefully you can see 52,374 miles, and there are no warning lights on at all. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V, and it's a 2.2 SE diesel. The car is registered, sorry, I should have got that out ready. Bear with me. WG62HYT, and with a mileage of just 52,367 recorded. The reason we do all of our videos, and as I always say, especially this road test section, is to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of our cars, they get to see the very car advertised actually in operation. And the reason we feel it's important is simple. It's because, like so many people, we've been to see cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs and descriptions, only to get there and find out there's an obvious fault that shows up when you drive the car. So hence that's why we do it. Also done on these very quiet country roads in this lovely part of Gloucestershire. This actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and the reason for that is hopefully then it will be representative of what you feel yourself should you be offered to test drive in the car. So coming to the car, don't knock the squirrel over, been very well looked after in every way. It's, you know, for a 10-year-old car, regardless of the mileage, it drives ridiculously well. But I will go through all the usual stuff as I always do, starting with the engine and the fact that it starts instantly and settles to a smooth, even idle. No warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, and temperature gauge is running as a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle. The engine is one of the best diesel engines you'll ever use. Being a Honda, they are incredibly tough and long-lasting. Help the fact that they've got cam chains and not cam belts, which is a big service item, but also a weak point for many cars. You know, their reliability record is pretty much unmatched, with just good regular maintenance. And I think this car, from memory, has been serviced 10 times, so done on the annual rather than the mileage, which is to the owner's credit. credit, basically. But it's also a fabulous engine to use day in, day out. It is so smooth and quiet, but it's also incredibly flexible. Even from low revs, it pulls with guts and vigour, but all the revs are available to be used, unlike in so many diesels where you just get these, loads of turbo lag, then loads of power, then they die away very quickly, so you've got a very small power band actually. This one's just, as I said, incredibly flexible. It also, even when you pick up the revs, the engine just sounds so sweet. It's ridiculously smooth. Amazing engine. Engine then feeds through into the clutch and gearbox. Clutch in the car with this mileage is, as you'd expect, absolutely perfect. It's smooth. Bite point's exactly where it's meant to be on the travel, so it's spot on. Then you come to the gearbox, which, as with pretty much every Honda car, and certainly the CR-Vs, it's just superbly done. It starts with where they mount the gear lever, just here. So your hand just falls to it straight away. There's no kind of down here motion to how you change the gear. But the actual quality of selection is superb. It's really short and thorough. It's actually quite, probably the only thing that's sporty about the car. It is quite a sporty gearbox. When you're changing gear, it's got that lovely mechanical feel to it, but it's just quick, it's snappy, it's perfect. A brilliant gearbox, and that feels exactly as it would have done when it was new, by the way. So come to the steering, which tracks absolutely bullet straight. There's no vibrations at all at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit. And again, because Honda know this market so well, with the CR-V being the best-selling SUV in the world. So Honda know this market very well, so they know what their customers want, which isn't necessarily what the Motoring Press want, because the Motoring Press seem to be obsessed with sports cars, and that's all. So anything else seems quite dull. So the design for this is basically to give you, it's a tall vehicle, so they're fighting physics basically, but they want to give you a comfortable ride, which they give you. It's very comfortable, beautifully damped, but what it also gives you is steering which is precise, very accurate, really nicely weighted, so it's confident at all speeds. There's no nervousness to it, there's no vagueness to it, and it works beautifully with the chassis, because the chassis basically it's literally fighting against a couple of things. Some of its competitors tend to go for quite pillowy soft rides, which are very nice, but when you go through some corners, you get lots of motion, lots of sort of that double motion when you go through the corners. They keel over through the corners, lots of body roll. The CR-V is really good through the corners. The body control's very tight. Any corner it deals with really well, but not sporty, not in the slightest, not meant to be. So that's my moan out of the way. By the way, also, this road surface here is akin to the surface of the moon. It's awful. I'm just listening out for any sort of clonks or rattles coming from underneath the vehicle that shouldn't be there, and there's absolutely nothing at all. The whole car is absolutely as tight as a drum. It really, really is. I'm going to go onto the main road and give the brakes a bit of a shove and I'm up to speed. That engine is amazing, it really is. I'm going to get myself up to the legal limit here. Just hold on to my things, give the brakes a... just scare the oncoming traffic. But it's a really good brake pedal on the car. I'm not going to go mad with it. What I'm looking for is good bites, which it's definitely got. They're powerful, but most importantly, there's no vibrations or pulsing when you hit the brake pedals, all in very, very fine order. Finally, coming inside the car, it's literally just arrived. It's in lovely condition in here. What videos can never get across is the build quality. These are brilliantly put together cars. They virtually never exhibit a squeak or a rattle. They're very good in that respect. And again, it's my second pet hate with the Motoring Press, because when they look at new cars, which are all fundamentally quite well built, initially at least anyway, they judge a car, it seems, by how many squidgy plastics they've got.
beggars belief. You know, funky sounding doors. They're great. They're designed in to make you feel that the car's well built. The car's build quality is measured actually not in the first year or two, but 5 to 20 years old. And that's where the Hondas are brilliant in that sense. So some of those other manufacturers which are always lauded for their build quality, I've been in them after 5 years and they can creak, they can moan, the switch gears got paint coming off them. You know, not all of them, but you know, the Hondas are generally absolutely top notch in that sense. It's also a really nice place to sit and drive. You've got brilliant visibility in these cars, helped by them, you know, a low dash line, massive wing mirrors, so you're very confident sort of lane changes, manoeuvring at all speeds. And the dash itself is just simplicity itself. It's just so easy to get in and jump in and drive the car, by contrast to most modern cars. And so you've got this big radio, it's a bit like Fisher Price, it's that easy to plonk and you've done your things. You've got a dual zone climate control system, so you can have different temperatures side to side if you so wish, which pumps out lovely cold air, by the way. All the switch gear, as always, is that tactile feel that Honda give you, beautifully damped, precision made. Then the dash binnacle in front, again, just simple, legible dials where you just look at the information, take it in, and look at the road again, not squinting to find out what you want to look at. And finally, this lovely leather rimmed steering, which is quite small in diameter, and again in just perfect condition there. This is a four-wheel drive CRV. There is no buttons to press because Honda, as I always said, worked out very quickly that pretty much all its customers will be driving as I am today in conditions where you don't need four-wheel drive on the whole time. So basically the way it works is dead simple. There's no buttons to press, you don't do anything. Via the traction control, it runs in front-wheel drive the whole time. So that's the most efficient way to pull a car along. Only if it needs to go to four-wheel drive will it do so itself, and far more quickly than you could ever react because it's done through the electronics. If the front wheels lose grip, let's say snow, mud or ice, it instantly brings in the rear wheels to give you four-wheel drive, and it's seamless and brilliant in use. I've always say I've got a caravan, I drive a CRV, and I've never come close to getting stuck with one. The advantages of the system are obvious. Basically, its lack of use means you're going to get through less fuel, you can get through your tyres less quickly, and you can put a lot less mechanical stress to the vehicle, so much so that, you know, in nearly 3 decades selling CRVs, I can't remember ever putting a spanner on a four-wheel drive system, so they are incredibly strong in that respect. As I said at the start, it's only a brief video, but it's there to show the car. It drives perfectly, cannot fault it.